Welcome to the Brothers of Destruction podcast, where we break down all the latest WWE action. From epic rivalries to shocking twists, we've got the full breakdown.
Yes, people, how's it going? This is your boy Prime Time. This is my brother Flace right here, and welcome to the Brothers of Destruction podcast.
How you doing, bro?
I'm all good, bro. I'm all good, man. How's you on your end? What you been up to today?
Today's been a quiet one, to be honest. Obviously, watched Backlash last night. So got up a bit later, and just been potting around, not doing much today. But I'm looking forward to getting into this, chopping it up. I quite like the event. We'll get into the ratings anyway, but I quite enjoyed the event, the quality of the matches, and then length of the matches as well compared to WrestleMania. I can't wait to get into this one.
I can't wait to get into it. I thought it was a strong sort of, not a rebound for Mania, because I thought Mania was overall good, but in terms of, the length of the matches, we actually watched it and it got given quite a good amount of time. I only watched it this morning because I was working till 3 last night, so I only got into it this morning, really.
What do you do to be finishing them sort of hours?
Hey, listen, we won't get into that. Don't worry, guys. There's no controversy where someone finds out and then, I'm cancelled. Don't worry about that. Just a late job. Also, guys, if you haven't seen it yet, if you're a fan of him, check out the new Michael Jackson film that's out in cinemas now. Really good if you're a fan of him, if you're a fan of music, if you just want to know a story. Really good film to watch. I suggest you go out and watch it. But that's a little plug there. I don't expect anything in return for that. But we will get into our Backlash review, guys. And before we do, just remember to subscribe to us on YouTube, check out our videos, check us out on Instagram, Brothers of Destruction Podcast, and you can check out some of our earlier episodes at the early stages on Spotify as well. All right, bro, let's get into it. So, Backlash 2026, done in the books now, and overall the event, we'll go into the event as a whole afterwards. We'll go match by match, we'll give our ratings. So, starting off in a big way, first I was on ESPN, and Seth Rollins against Bron Breakker. And bro, what a way to start the event, man. It set the tone for it, really. What a way to start.
Listen, wicked match. Wasn't expecting anything less. For me, Seth is the best in-ring competitor of his generation. I think it's almost becoming without doubt, to be fair. I think he is the best of his generation.
He's definitely up there, but I mean, even this match here, it's a strong match, credit to Bron as well, but Seth, man.
Yeah, listen, I'll get on to Bron, but just going back to Seth, for me, in-ring wise, he's the best of his generation. He's this generation's Shawn Michaels. Now, that's not me saying he is as good as HBK, but he's this generation's version of Shawn Michaels, in my opinion.
Very strong.
So I was expecting a good match anyway. Now on to Bron Breakker. For me, incredible. He's incredible. I know the hype in recent months has been around Femi, but I think that's sort of taken our eye off Bron, and I've done that myself. Over the next.
Yeah, it's that flavour of the month at the moment, but
but let's not forget about Bron. This guy, he's got everything. He's got good ring IQ, athletically ridiculous. He's strong, he's powerful, he's got the look, he's fast. He reminds me almost of and I don't mean any disrespect by it, almost like a mini Brock, where he's got that sort of blend between the power, speed, athleticism. There's not many that's got that sort of rare sort of mix of all. He's got that. Almost like a Kurt Angle to a degree. He sort of sits. I always looked at Kurt Angle as almost like a smaller version of Brock with the athleticism, underrated strength from Kurt Angle and power, the speed. And I think Bron sits somewhere in the middle of those.
Yeah.
In terms of, again, physically. But for me, incredible. I rate Bron. Again, we talk about Bron, Oba, Trick Williams, Jacob. I'm going to throw Jacob in there.
Jacob Fatu in there. We'll get into
those four for me are push them to the moon. Push them to the moon and just watch the company fly. But in ring, Bron might be the best of them. So
Could possibly be, yeah.
Again, he was keeping up with Seth athletically. Like, you can see when someone's almost out of their depth and they're being carried.
Yeah,
None of
this
that
didn't
yesterday.
see that. No. And
Seth.
keep in mind both these, like Seth Rollins' only his second match in since Mania, and he was out for months before then. Bron's been out for probably about 3 months. He's not wrestled for about 3 months. So for them
to put on that.
Yeah, that level of performance.
Hopefully, it's not one and done. I need to see another one. With those
the way the match went and the way Bron Breakker beat him as well.
It did seem like it was almost conclusive.
Yeah, that's like if they was to have like a final match or whatever in a feud without no stipulation being involved, it felt like that performance you got and the way that match went, that would probably end the feud that way it did, but maybe not. Maybe they'll look at it and think, because Seth Rollins lost it technically because of interference. So it might be a case of the second or third match they have. That's where there's no interference, just a straight match between them to close out the feud. So it could carry on.
It could. I see what you're saying. It did seem quite conclusive, and it was a fairly clean win. I know obviously the Vision came out, but they got taken out, and Bron didn't win directly from their interference.
Yeah.
I thought it was a fairly clean win. Again, some might disagree. So yeah, from that point of view, I do think it seemed quite conclusive. But no, for me personally, I just want to see that again. Because I do think, bearing in mind, this was Seth's second match since his layoff. This was Bron's first. They'll both be better next time.
You like to think, yeah.
Yeah. Shaking off from some ring rust from both of them. They'll both be better in a few weeks' time. But yeah, I thought this was a wicked match, to be honest. If I was to put a rating, I'd probably give it 3 3/4. Maybe 3 3/4 out of 5. Wicked match. But Bron, he's I can see maybe him and Bron in the title picture. Him and Oba in the title picture by the end of the year.
Him and Oba and Bron even in match in the future would be brilliant.
Oh my word.
That'd be money match.
That would be You'd
have to build that up though a bit as well. But
I don't want to see them for now.
Yeah.
That's something, down the line.
That's down the line. I'd give this match, I really enjoy this match. I'd give it just over a 9. I'd give it 9.25. You know my ratings, but I'll give it just over a 9.
If we're doing it out of 10, then I'd give it maybe about 8.5.
Yeah.
8.5 to 9.
Yeah. For me, it was probably the best match on the card, I'd say.
Yeah.
It's a strong one to say. It says a lot about that match because this card was really strong. Like the match.
It's a strong one. For me, between this one and the Iyo Sky Asuka match.
We'll get into that. That was really good. We'll get into that. Second match, obviously you mentioned Trick Williams has won the future. And to be fair, you mentioned a few of them are the future WWE. I felt like this pay-per-view kind of highlighted the future of the WWE, like the newer stars all pretty much went over if you look at it on the card.
I did mention that on the last episode. I just had a feeling it was sort of heading that way. And they were right to do so, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think they purposely did that as well. It wasn't just the storylines they had there going forward. I think that they purposely wanted to highlight that. Which brings me on to Big Trick Williams in this feud with Sami Zayn, which is starting to decide they're not just feuding over the US title now, it's over the Gingerbread Man who had this funeral on SmackDown. Rest in peace. That was a funny segment, to be fair.
Do you know what? It was absolute foolishness, but it was also funny at the same time. I couldn't really hate it. I thought I was
watching the choirs and
what on earth am I watching this nonsense? But actually, it was funny at the same time, so I couldn't really
give it that. And I think it built up well with Sami Zayn coming out and being furious with it, and it felt like it told a good story with this match. As Michael Cole said, it's like people are saying Sami Zayn is like a bitter old vet that's not changed with times or reluctant to. Trick Williams is the hot, fresh, new guy in there that everyone's getting behind. And you know what? This match was really good as well. I enjoyed this match. It was better than their Mania match. It got given double the amount of time. So, and it was better. I thought there was 1 or 2 close near falls in there.
This was a good match.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, to be fair. I don't think there's a bad match on the card. No,
No.
yeah, there wasn't a bad match on the card. So yeah, it's not going to go down as the best match on the card, but yeah, it was a solid match. Sami Zayn, the old veteran, I thought he put Trick over quite well. I thought Sami
Yeah.
himself looked good. Um, I thought the only bit I had to laugh as well was when Sami kicked Yachty, knocked him out clean. And then I timed it, and it was less than a minute later. Obviously, Sami Zayn got back in the ring, Trick hit the trick shot, beat him. Between Yachty being sort of out cold
Yeah.
and Trick winning, and obviously the celebrations, there was less than a minute, and my man Yachty went from out cold to being in the ring, dashing out money. Like, I know you're not a wrestler, but you got to try it so bad.
Yeah.
At least
You
staggering.
should take that into account. Yeah.
Yeah,
Taking a man's finisher, and then he's just.
Yeah, like he was out cold, and to be fair, when he got clapped, like he was out cold. He sold that bit well. Like he was out cold. Like,
he got taken out a couple of times by Sami, and he took it quite well. Like, okay, fair enough. He's beating him down.
For me, from being out cold to being in the ring, like like nothing's going on in here. Like it was less than a minute, so I thought that bit was quite funny. But he's not a wrestler, so
yeah.
I'm sure he would have got pulled to the side when he went back into Gorilla, and someone would have said, "Look, just next time, just but make it look like you're hurt when you go back in the ring and you're celebrating." No. And money everywhere. But no, listen, it was a solid match.
It was good. Yeah, it was a good match. I liked it. I liked how they told the story throughout, and some of us did. I enjoyed it. I'd give it. I was gonna say just over 8. No, I'll give it solid 8. 8 out of 10. I'll give it
8 out of 10. I'll give it 7.
7. Yeah,
7. Yeah. It was
moving away from the star ratings now. Then.
Yeah, because I was going to do the star ratings, but you went out of 10 in it, so I just thought, yeah.
I mean, you could do it either way. If you want to give different star ratings, if you want to give star ratings, I can give ratings out of 10. It's completely up to you, but I like doing the 10. It feels like I can change up a bit. Like I can vary my ratings a bit, but I could be more flexible. But that's fine. 8 out of 10. We both agree it's a good match. The right person went over. I said Sami Zayn is an outside shot, but Trick went over, and it's probably right.
He had to, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think this is where it could cement Sami Zayn as a full-fledged heel now.
Yeah, and Trick as a babyface.
As Trick as a face going forward, yeah. And I think
and what I would add to that is, I mentioned obviously before we were talking about Bron over Jacob. I think those three are a step or two ahead of Trick at the moment.
In the ring, probably.
But they're more experienced than him as well. They've been wrestling longer, they're more experienced. There's the know-how there. But Trick is a step behind them, but I think he will catch up fast.
He'll catch up, and he's got the charisma that you'll help him.
He is over as hell. Yeah, he's a step behind him, but he's not that far. I think a run with the US title will do him good, to be honest.
I'd like to see. Let's see if he has a good reign with it. Hopefully, he has a good, decent amount of reign with it. So,
they got to get the booking right.
Yeah, as long as they get that right. But he's over, so they can't right now. So they can't. It'll be hard for them to mess it up.
Yeah.
But, into the third match now. So this was, I actually surprisingly enjoyed this. I didn't know how it was going to go or what was going to happen. That probably made it more exciting as well. So Miz and Kit Wilson took on Danhausen and his partner, someone he cloned. So we were saying CM Punk, someone at work told me could be Oba Femi. It's a big surprise. Knowing the character Danhausen, probably should have expected it wasn't going to be like that. But it was something silly, ridiculous. Probably should have expected. But, that's us fans. We got hopes up, and then this is what happens. That being said, the guy in the ring, Danhausen's clone, actually did good in the match. I'm assuming he's a luchador sort of guy as well, mini luchador, without sounding offensive. But he looked good in the match, and it kind of worked into it. Made it fun.
Yeah, listen, it wasn't my ideal idea of professional wrestling. Again, I've said it before in here. I like it to look real. It wasn't particularly real. It didn't really feel like a real fight, did it?
No, of course. But I think that was the whole thing, wasn't it?
But it was fun, yeah. Again, I couldn't hate on it because it was fun. It was lighthearted. And it did what it needed to do To be fair, it wasn't sort of too heavy. You weren't too engrossed in it. But it was just like it was light-hearted fun. The match itself was decent quality.
Yeah,
I thought the luchador in the ring, yeah, put up a performance. It wasn't like some joker came out. It's not like it was a hornswoggle, let's say. And
yeah.
We weren't doing anything like this guy could wrestle still. So it was fun. The match quality was decent. I thought Kit Wilson again looked good in the ring. I thought Danhausen looked fairly impressive in the ring.
He didn't go in the ring, so surprisingly.
It did what it needed to do. For us to give it
Miz played his part well, was again like the vet. He's happy to look
Miz
in
did
the
what
ring
Miz
or
does, yeah.
be the heel, be hated. So
Yeah, he done what Miz does. And I mean that respectfully, not just I mean that respectfully. He's a solid, reliable worker that very rarely puts in a bad performance.
and he draws great heat like no other.
Yeah, he does. He does. I'd give this probably a 6.5 out of 10. Yeah,
I'll give it a 7.
You know what? Maybe a 7. Maybe a 7.
See, we agree on that 7.
Wasn't as good as the trick. A trick match, I'll give a 7.5. I'll give this a 7.
Yeah, I think you have to sort of they're different matches in that sense. I know it sounds a bit silly to say that, but I think
they are. Yeah, they are.
This match, because it's a comedy match, but you started wrestling in there, good wrestling in there, some of it. The match it is, I think, you have to sort of not compare it to the other matches on the card. Like, the other matches on the card were serious, where this one wasn't. But at least with this one, it was good because it still had a story behind it, which a lot of the matches did.
Yeah.
This one had a story behind it. A funny, entertaining story as well, and a story that kind of makes sense. And I think it will continue as well. I think it could be a case where Miz might take him on, be his mentor, just so the curse gets taken off him. I think it'll get to a point where he really does believe in the curse, and then he'll just do anything to get rid of it.
Yeah. I can see that. That was I can see that.
Yeah, so I can see that. But yeah, it was a good match, good fun. So I'll give them that. So far, Backlash has been really good. I think it's been good in that sense. So it's been well balanced, and it's actually nice to see there's been time given to the matches. So,
yeah, the match quality was pretty high last night, to be honest. It was very enjoyable.
I feel like that's a thing sometimes you can get where there's a disappointing Mania. Not like this one was completely. The first night, I think, disappointing. But sometimes you can have a disappointing Mania, but have a strong backlash afterwards. It's like
that's happened in the past, yeah.
Yeah, without going too much into what we're going to discuss the topic at the end, right at the end, 99 and 2000 Backlash were like strong ones after sort of a weak Mania, WrestleMania 15 and WrestleMania 2000.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this one is strong. And speaking of strong, we're going to go over to Iyo Sky and Asuka match, which maybe lost a bit of heat, but keeping in mind Kairi Sane was released and she was a big part of it. But you know what? Looking past that, I think that's why I didn't do the video package. But looking past that, going into this match itself, it was really, really good. As expected, these two know each other, but this match was really good.
It was. Really good. It's a shame it lost a bit of momentum behind it because it should have happened at Mania, let's be real. So it lost a bit of momentum, but the match itself didn't disappoint me. The match.
I'm going to say that it probably was a good thing it didn't happen at Mania in terms of how to squeeze stuff in there. So with it being
it might have got lost as well at Mania. It might have got lost.
Yeah, they might have only given them less than 10 minutes or 10. But
yeah, no. Listen, I thought it was a wicked match. Asuka, the old veteran. Is she the best women's wrestler you've seen, Asuka?
Maybe not my favorite, but she's definitely up there.
Not your favorite, but the best.
Yeah. She is one of the best, yeah. And I'll be honest, a lot of people say sometimes over the years how Japanese wrestlers have been booked like Asuka and Shinsuke Nakamura. Asuka, she's had a lot of top matches in WWE and she's won a lot of titles. I think she's probably done better than people might have maybe expected at the start. She's actually, if you look at the titles she's won the Rumble. She's, I think she's won the Queen of the Ring. I think
NXT run as well.
NXT run was great. She was champion for years. I mean, for a long time there. She's won a lot of. She's had a lot of great matches. She's had a good run on the WWE roster. And I don't know if you noticed anything at the end of the match when Iyo Sky beat her and they hugged and it's like, so I
Oh,
don't know if that was, I
this
don't know if that was because Kairi Sane's released and them two are friends, they're all friends. It's kind of like they're putting a great match between each other, or if they're selling the storyline, as in they're friends again, they got the respect back. Or if I don't want to say it, is Asuka finishing up, or is that just am I just reading too much into it?
this is why I asked, is she the best you've seen? Because I think we might be having that conversation fairly soon. Because I think the talk is now that she's going to be semi-retired. That's why
Oh,
we got,
damn.
yeah, that's the reports coming out today that she's semi-retired.
Oh,
Oscar,
damn.
we'll have the debate maybe on the next show, but Oscar
We'll
for
talk
me
about it, yeah.
is up there. Whether she's my number one best,
Oof.
I'm not so sure, but she won't be far off it. She's incredible. She put another incredible performance last night. It's like she put extra effort into that match because she knew that was maybe going to be one of her last matches, as she was
And
here with Iyo as well.
Iyo, I was going to
Again,
say, yeah, like
Iyo
their
was
friends.
wicked as well, and yeah, like it was a wicked match. Like these two are, you see, wrestling. I say it all the time. When I say a wicked match, wrestling. That's what wrestling is. When I think
Oh
of
yeah,
professional wrestling, that Iyo Sky Oscar match, that is wrestling.
it's wrestling. Yeah,
That is
I was
professional
just,
wrestling.
I was just watching, and if you look at how women's wrestling has evolved over the years, maybe 10 years, like these two, it's just Chris when you're watching. You're not watching thinking, oh, this is the women's wrestling match. It's just wrestling match, and it's
It's just
great.
wrestling.
It's not a great women's wrestling match. It's just a great
Just a
wrestling match
great
that
match.
you're
Yeah,
watching.
it was just
Two technicians in the ring, like some of the counters are smooth. The story they're telling, the selling, like it's brilliant. Like the missed spot where she put up the thing to
oh,
block
that
it,
that was
told the
wicked. Yeah,
story. Just spots like that. Oh, it's brilliant. It was
you said
brilliant watching.
the psychology in it.
Yeah.
Like I said, there were technicians, the IQ, the way they move around the ring. It's like, yeah, they were wicked for me. That was, yeah, it was up there with the Bron Cephas match. I find it very hard to split them. To be
Mm.
honest, I find it very hard to split them.
It's hard to split them. Like this match, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. It's a very strong 9 out of 10, yeah. And so maybe not. I enjoyed the Bron Seth match more, but this one I nearly enjoyed it as much as well. Like this match was great, but again, it's nothing, nothing less than we expected. These two were great. So
Yeah, for me, yeah, 8.5. Yeah, eight and a
yeah,
half.
yeah. I'm glad there's still 8.5. Yeah, I'm glad there's still that entry behind it and that story behind it as well, especially with Kairi Sane not being involved. But them two still did their thing. They managed to tell a really good story with it. So
Yeah,
that
no,
was brilliant.
it was wicked. And if this
Really
is
interesting.
again for Oscar, then listen, big her up and happy retirement. But like I said, the reports today, and they've yet to be confirmed, the reports that she's going to be semi-retired. So what that means, how that looks moving forward, I don't know. But
Yeah. Maybe she has a few months off and then she comes back and rests for a little bit of a run. She
yeah.
is like in her mid 40s, so she's not.
Oh, is she mid-40s now, Oscar?
She's mid 40s, yeah, yeah. So I was
I don't know
thinking
why
early 40s, but yeah, she's
they're
mid
at sort
40s.
of a bit
So,
closer to my age, to be honest.
oh no, well, you want to confirm your age with everyone, or
No, that's all right.
a
I'm a little younger than mid-40s. Not much
little
younger,
bit
but
better?
a little younger.
Yeah, a little bit better.
Yeah, just,
Yeah, this is a really good match. Hopefully, it's not the end for Asuka, but we'll have to see going forward. In terms of a bit of old, a bit of new here. So John Cena's come back again. It's kind of like he's not retired, but he's come out and made the announcement there's going to be a John Cena Classic. Stars of today against stars of tomorrow, main roster against NXT, and the fans get to vote who their champion will be. This is an interesting concept here, isn't it?
it is. Not sure if I like it.
I have to see how it
Yeah,
plays out.
I see where he's going because you can get a match where maybe there's interference, someone loses, but the fans say, well, no, actually, that person was going to win. That person showed more heart and more heart. A bit like, say, the Seth Rollins match. Fans might say, well, actually, you know what? If it wasn't for the vision coming in, Seth probably would have won that and this and that. So we're going to vote for Seth.
It might be end up being a popularity contest in that sense, not in a
That's
bad way.
my
I'm not
fear.
demeaning it,
That's
but
my
giving
fear.
the title for it. Yeah,
That's my fear because I know as a 13, 14, 15-year-old, if this was happening then, and Triple H was fighting, and Triple H lost. I don't care how the match ended, what happened. I'll be voting for Triple H to go through because as a kid, you just want your favorites to win.
Yeah.
You're not necessarily doing thinking what's best for the industry. It's just I want my favorite to win. I want to see my favorite win.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't know if I quite like that, if I'm honest, but I don't know. It might grow on me, to be honest.
It might. We'll have to see.
What's your thoughts?
I'm interested to see the concept. I think it could go either way with fan votes. I think fan votes is a bit risky because you don't know what they're going to vote, or I think WWE are aware of that and they will be quite flexible and they'll just go what the fans vote. I think we'll discuss it a bit more once we get more of a concept of it and who's involved, and we might even have not a separate episode on it, but we'll have like time set aside to really discuss.
You know more about it. Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah. Going into that now, so that's an interesting announcement. But going into now the main event, Jacob Fatu against Roman Reigns. Reigns retained, sorry, not retired. He retained by the skin of his teeth, and Jacob Fatu just wiped him out and everyone else after that.
Yeah, listen, Roman Reigns retained, Jacob won.
Basically, yeah.
Jacob won, although Roman Reigns retained. And it's interesting. I don't know if you saw Reigns afterwards when he said, "This is why we didn't want you here."
Yeah, because he's a loose cannon. He's off his
I'd be interested
head.
to see why he had that little promo on where they're taking it. Is it because he's the one family member that Reigns can't control?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why.
The fans is he right about it when he says it to fans like he's out of control?
Yeah.
Like you did tell it from a couple years ago when Solo brought him in and Jay or Jimmy, both of them probably said that like, this is why we didn't want to bring him in. They said it from a couple of years ago. So I think now you've seen that, it's great long-term storytelling with it.
It is. And look, for me, Jacob cemented himself as a main event player. I think I look at him now and
really good.
He needs to be in that main event picture. And that doesn't mean he's got a challenge for the title every month, but he's got to be up there in the ring against the likes of Reigns, a Seth, a Cody, a CM Punk maybe. He's got to be in that main event picture from now on. He's wicked. Again, he's over. He's a heel, but he's still got a certain fan base and certain fans on board.
I don't think he's a heel,
Is he a heel or maybe an anti-hero?
I think anti-hero. Reigns did use the turnbuckle, to be fair, so I think that's where the frustration kicks in.
Yeah.
He's not full.
Yeah, he's not fully fledged
like a typical baby face. He's just very
he's just
badass baby face.
Yeah, just a bad guy. And I thought again, in ring for me, he's in that family. He is up there. The Rock's number one. But after that, there's an argument to say he's number two. I'm not sitting there saying he's definitely number two, but there's an argument. I think in the ring, he's wicked. He's excellent. Character, wicked, excellent. He deserves to be in that main event picture. And like I said, for me now, he is I'm looking at him as the future, along with Bron, along with Oba, and probably along with Triple as well.
He's up there.
I think
with how this match has ended as well, I think he can end up facing for the title again down the line.
Yeah.
Like maybe next month. Yeah, the way he beat down Reigns. There's Reigns off TV for now that he's taking him out like this, but yeah, I think Reigns comes back and maybe they have a rematch. But
yeah,
we shall see. But it's interesting.
I wouldn't mind seeing this at SummerSlam, to be honest.
And that could be what it builds up to potentially. Yeah. What are we giving this match rating wise? What are we giving it? Because I thought this was really good.
I'd give it an 8. Yeah. I thought it was a good match. And Reigns, again, with another good match. For me, one of the most underrated ring performers of this generation. Because he doesn't do flips here, flips there, and these extravagant moves. No one really talks about Reigns as an in-ring performer, but for me, he's one of the most underrated in-ring performers of this generation.
Reigns is really good in the ring, and I thought, he was strong in this match. I'd give it 8.25 out of 10. I'm like 8.25, just over an 8.
You're just being extra.
Just extra, yeah. Just being awkward for the sake of being awkward. But it's a really good match. So Backlash in itself was really good. I thought it was really good. What are we going to give the Backlash pay-per-view?
All in all, I'll give it a 7.5.
Yeah, 7.5.
It may be even an 8. Actually, no, 7.5. Yeah, 7.5. 7.5.
I'll give it an 8. I think maybe even just over an 8.
Yeah, no, it was good. The match quality was good, to be fair.
That 8 pushing 8.25 out of 10. So yeah. So I'll give that. In terms of some of our favorite Backlash events, guys, we're just going to discuss that. So me and Fred's going to pick one each, our favorite Backlash event. Now throw an honorable mention in there if you want to do it as well, Flace.
Yeah, mine's is Backlash 2000 for me, number one. Yeah, Triple H Rock, which probably their best match, and they had some like wicked matches. You go back to the ladder match, SummerSlam '98. You go back to the Iron match they had on SmackDown. These two, that
one, Judgment Day.
Sorry,
it was Judgment Day. Sorry,
what was Judgment Day?
The Rock and Triple H's Iron Man match was at Judgment Day.
Wasn't that SmackDown? What did they
have?
Oh
no, you're talking about the one with Undertaker coming back as the Dead Man.
No. Or was it just a standard? I'm trying to remember. Was it standard title match?
It's probably no. I think it's standard title match.
HBK was special guest ref.
Yeah. That was the first SmackDown episode.
Judgment Day was the Iron Man match. Sorry.
Yeah.
You had the Iron Man match.
Oh,
yeah. The match on SmackDown was a wicked match with Shawn Michaels as special guest referee. But
yeah,
I would argue probably between the SummerSlam '98 ladder match and this match here at Backlash was probably their two best matches. And for me, that was one of the best Backlash main events ever. Maybe number one Backlash main event. Triple H The Rock 2000. We had Chris Jericho against the other Chris who shall not be named. We'll just
leave it at that. Yeah, you can put two.
Let's just say it's Chris Benoit. That's his name. We don't know what we think of him, but yeah, Chris Jericho, Chris Benoit. Again, it took two of the best performers of their generation. Wicked match. You had Kurt Angle, Big Show on the card.
Yeah,
it was a strong card. Like I said, top 5. Probably for me, my favorite Backlash main event.
I'll tell you one underrated match there that I watched from that Backlash, and probably a lot of people. I'll say to people check out as well because there's not big names in there, but it was light heavyweight title match. Dean Malenko and Scotty 2 Hotty. Watch that match. That was a good match. Like you'd be surprised because Scotty 2 Hotty, you think with the character, he's always the worm and all that. But the actual match, if you watch it was a good match.
A wicked match. And he's in there with Malenko, who is one of the best technicians. If you look purely as a technician, he's one of the best you ever see. That whole because again I grew up in that era, so nostalgia wise, that's always gonna have my heart. So Backlash 2000. Although I love Backlash 2004, and I love Backlash 2024, but Backlash 2000 for me is my number one.
That's fair. I'll give you that. 2004 was kind of one of my honorable mentions because it had my first sort of favorite match, if you will, like Randy Orton and Mick Foley, the hardcore match for the Continental title, and that's kind of the match. Even though it's one of his only matches, he still say that's one of Orton's best matches he's had in his career. It's still one of his best matches.
Mick Foley brought out the best in Triple H. He brought out the best in Orton. He brought out the best in Edge. Mick Foley was bad man.
Stars. Mick Foley, I'll say, I think he even said this match with Orton was his favorite match or one of them. I think he might have even said his absolute favorite. That was a wicked match. And then obviously you had the triple threat with Chris Benoit, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H. That's an honorable mention. Maybe another honorable mention as well is the Puerto Rico. The Puerto Rico Backlash 2023. You got Damian Priest, Bad Bunny, Cody, and Lesnar.
Yeah.
That's another one. Honorable mention.
That was a good
just for the energy in itself and the atmosphere, and especially when Bad Bunny came out in that entrance and people were popping. It felt like you were watching a concert.
Even Bad Bunny's performance. Wicked.
Brilliant, Even Damian Priest said that was like his WrestleMania moment. He didn't have a match at Mania, but he had that Mania moment there in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, because what Bad Bunny means to Puerto Ricans. So for Damian Priest to be in a match, I can imagine for him. Yeah, it's true. That would have been his moment.
That was wicked. I'm glad Priest got that moment as well. my favorite Backlash event, though, I will say that I've watched, 2007 Backlash. So I'll tell you the matches. I'll go through the whole card.
Remind me.
So you had the Fatal 4-Way, which was a brilliant Fatal 4-Way. Randy Orton, Edge, Shawn Michaels, John Cena.
Yeah.
Brilliant Fatal 4-Way match. Batista and Undertaker, them two never messed with each other. They had brilliant chemistry.
Yeah, their chemistry, their styles just mixed.
Just worked, didn't it?
Yeah, styles make fights, and those two, stylistically, they just gelled.
They just gelled. It's a great last man standing match they had as well. And even on the undercard match as well, like you had the Hardy Boys against Trevor Murdoch, who's recently retired.
Yeah.
Max Cade, rest in peace. That was a surprisingly good tag team match as well, which didn't think much of before, and I remember it being good. Melina and Mickie James, two of the best women's wrestlers in WWE at that point. Definitely the two best at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had Chris Benoit against MVP, again, which was, Chris Benoit helped MVP at the start of his career, and their match there was good, probably better than the Mania match. That was a good match to watch. Even, you had the weird one where Vince McMahon won the ECW title at the pay-per-view. That was that pretty much confirmed.
07 was a strong Backlash, for real.
It was a strong back, even with that, despite Vince McMahon winning the ECW title. But, you did get do-rag Vince from that, which was funny.
Yeah.
But Backlash 2007, probably for me, I'm going to say between that and maybe 2009, when you had Edge and Cena last man standing.
So it's between those two then? 07.
Yeah, but I'm gonna edge slightly towards 2007.
Yeah, so, out of the two of them, I would probably go 07.
I'd say maybe 2007.
I would go 07.
That might be having to watch back of them. What's that?
I'm going to stick on my pick, 2000. But yeah, like your ones. To be fair, Backlash does tend to be strong, actually. More often than not, you do tend to get a good Backlash.
Yeah. And, you get, especially when it's after, like, maybe a not so strong Mania card, like, you get some good ones.
Like an underwhelming Mania. You get an underwhelming Mania.
Yeah. That being said, the 2007 one was after strong Mania.
Yeah, it's true.
But, I think after maybe underwhelming Mania, you do tend to get strong Backlash more often than not.
It's true.
And I always did like the Backlash pay-per-views as well.
Yeah, it's true, yeah. I like them. Yeah. I do
the
like
name,
them.
The style, the old stage they used to have, the swinging things or whatever, or the whole, if you people look back on the old Backlash pay-per-view stages, they were really brilliant, especially the early ones they did. And the thing would swing as the guys make the entrance, or just even the style, the logo, how the Backlash logo looked. One of my favorite B pay-per-views, I'd probably say.
Yeah, they were wicked.
Yeah, good old Backlash. Now it's out the way, guys. We're going to look forward to Raw this coming Monday. We're going to do a review on our next episode. So that will leave it there for now. Just remember to subscribe to us on YouTube, get the numbers up, get them views up. Check us out on Instagram, and check us out on Spotify as well. And we will see you guys on our next episode.
Take care, everybody. Also, remember to not just subscribe, but to like and comment. Please, we don't get any comments. We've got the subscribers are going up, which is wicked. Bless up for that. Thank you, everyone. The likes are going up as well. But the comments, we're not getting comments. Give us comment. Tell us we're talking absolute nonsense. Tell us actually, you agree, or even tell us what you like us to talk about. You don't necessarily have to do a review. We can do a special episode where we talk about what you guys want us to talk about, whether it's rankings, ratings, whatever, how we got into wrestling, whatever. Just, comment and just sort of, go back and forth with us. But big up, everyone.
Yeah, if you want to engage with us, guys, engage with us more, let us know.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear from you guys.
All right. Nice one.
Have a good night, everyone.
Look after yourselves.
Thank you for watching the Brothers of Destruction podcast. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and look out for our question of the week.